Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, this is Below Zero, and let's get into it. Let's explore Omega Base. Hopefully there's actually something meaningful here, and it's not just, a bunch of really cool windows that I can't actually use. Got a data pad for swim charge fins, which are, I guess, better than no fins. What's that a scan icon for? I'm guessing it's on the other side of the door. I'm not sure why I would ever want a bulkhead. I'm guessing it's to do with, let's get my flashlight out real quick. I'm guessing it's to do with stability. So, this is yet more corporate nonsense. Specifically, they want you to focus super hard on single things, which is, as far as corporate nonsense goes, not the worst I've heard.
Investigation notes. Omega Lab was first breached by heavy impact, perhaps from a sea track modified with some sort of battering implement. A localized explosive charge was then released and detonated from a distance. Lab equipment was damaged to the point of inoperability, and all live specimens were destroyed. No personnel was injured. Samples have been collected for analysis to determine whether any bacteria escaped. It is, however, unlikely. The heat of the charge should have boiled everything within a 10-meter radius.
Alright, so we've confirmed beyond all shadow of a doubt at this point that this is definitely sabotage over at Omega Base. Although we don't necessarily know who did it yet, it's just heavily implied to be Sam. Let's see if we can't find a clear answer.
Danny's not here, I'm afraid.
That's okay. It's you I wanted to see. What's that you're working on?
Just a sketch for a piece I want to make. I'm slacking off. Don't tell the boss lady.
I won't. It's beautiful. What is it?
I'm doing a series inspired by bacteria. Mutant beauty. Life, death, risk. That kind of thing.
What's this one? It looks like Harab, but Vin, is this a mutation?
It's just an art project.
You know you're doing that thing with your neck, like when you're trying to bluff an alien intruder.
Right, fine. Fine. I'm bad at lying.
Are you mutating Harab bacterium from the frozen Leviathan? Here? In this lab?
Please, don't ask me any more questions.
I don't think I need to.
I think I got another log that I can play after that. Ah, no, it's not a log, it's just a postcard. And to be entirely honest, I'm not super interested in reading the postcards, because I know what they're going to say. It's going to say, this is really, really tragic, be sad about it, and I'm not really in a being sad mood right now, so... Gonna be honest, so far I'm kind of disappointed in Omega Base. Because everything at Omega Base, I mean, obviously I'm a big fan of the posters in the bed, but so far everything that's been in Omega Base, I could have gotten just fine somewhere else. No new information, really.
We've studied the first Kara bacteria samples from the specimen. Results are promising. We were able to stimulate rapid multiplication of cells in a controlled environment, resulting in the creation of several different mutations with potentially useful applications. Think of the possibilities. Life-saving treatments, genetic research. It could be a window to understand the evolution of life on this planet. The findings could move us forward by years. We recommend a wider study, using samples collected from a greater variety of sites around the original pustules. We trust you will provide the necessary security to do so. The Leviathan site must be protected.
Yeah, honestly, the only thing I've really discovered so far was... I'm getting a call from Alan.
That laboratory appeared to have been sabotaged intentionally. Do you know what it would have been used for?
Looked like maybe bacteriology. That's what the equipment was for anyway. Before a fire tornado ran through it, or something.
Do you think your sister had something to do with the destruction?
I don't know why she would, but the more I see on this planet, the less I know what to think. Who would want to destroy it?
I think your sister has made that pretty clear, but I guess that makes sense as an individual statement. Like, everything you find out in Subnautica, as far as I know, is found out individually. My character doesn't know any of the other data pads and that little dialogue is prompted, so I'm talking as though this is the first thing I ever found. But it's kind of hilarious to be like, I wonder who would destroy such an important science lab. It's like, your sister. The one who has explicitly said that she doesn't trust what's happening. Or perhaps literally anyone else with the same motivations. Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's just someone else doing the same thing for the same reason. Okay. It doesn't look like there's any more Altera stuff around. So Omega Base has actually been, like, relatively very tiny. Also, I need to get back to my truck before I drown. In general, I really don't feel like I found out much, if anything, from Omega Lab. I feel like everything I learned here, I more or less learned from just having the explosion referenced at Fire Robotics. Now, that doesn't mean, by any stretch of the imagination, that we're done with the lily pads. We have to go explore the shit out of the lily pads, because we need to steal some sea monkey nest until we get everything here. At the very least, there's one sea truck upgrade here that I forget, but there's also the ultra-high capacity oxygen tank. I know in the purple vents nearby, there's the horsepower upgrade, which is another thing that I quite desperately want. But I also, before I do any of that, I'm just going to go straight down here and see where I'm going, because I actually don't know for sure if this goes into the same biome that I found earlier, and based on that and the reddish hue, I can now confidently say that it does. And there's probably just more than one area I could have went down into initially, and I didn't look up to find out I could exit through them. Actually, no. This is probably the exact same crevasse that I went in down the first time, because that circular area looked very familiar. But regardless, I have no interest in exploring this again. I feel like I've more or less seen everything it has to offer. The thing I'm interested in doing is staying in the lily pads biome and looking for smaller caves that are going to have sea monkey nests. Problem is that every time I try to do that, I just end up going back into the same crevasse and being like, oh yeah, this is still a thing. Okay. If I am where I think I am, then this has already been scanned, and yeah, it has. So let me quickly look at my map of this area. I suspect I'm somewhere around here. I'm going to try heading hard to the east. I know that's a direction I haven't been. Fucking, I only can make out the glow whale's tail. Do you mind, Mr. Squid Shark? I'm trying to talk over here, and you're very loud. This is the first time a glow whale has made noise next to me. Let me tell you, it's fucking deafening. Right. So I'm going to be heading generally to the east, and I don't see any lily pads in this direction, actually. Which makes me think I am further to the east than I thought I was. Yeah. I've got no idea where I am now. Well, near a squid shark, obviously, but beyond that, I'm a little bit lost. Oh, is this just the edge of the map? This looks like I might be dropping off into the void real soon. Well, I don't think this is the void. The void had like a sheer drop off in all of previous Subnautica, but it could be. What kind of sadist would put minerals in the void? Why would you do such a thing? Oh god. I did not want to exit the sea truck. I wanted to rotate right, so I hit E, which is lean right in FPS games. I don't like this. I feel like I'm at the edge of the map, but it doesn't... Like, there are minerals here. This can't be the edge of the map. I think perhaps the entire edge of the map is ringed by this tiny little hilly area. Very few minerals in it as a warning that you're about to enter the void. So is this the real drop-off into the void? Because I do feel like I'm at the edge of the map. I don't think I'm wrong about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, let's confirm that it's the edge of the map. But I'm very sure it is now. Sheer drop into nothingness? No thanks.
Seek warning. Entering
there we go.
zone. The prospect for survival is fast approaching zero.
I'm considering going out there to see what spawns. I assume it's the Shadow Leviathan. But... okay, so here's how I feel. On the one hand, I want to see what spawns if you go into the dead zone in this game. But I'm going to do that way later in the save. Because if it's something I haven't seen yet, I don't want to find out before I see it. It seems like it would have been a really lame way to find out about Ghost Leviathans back in the original Subnautica if I had found them by going to the dead zone instead of found them by going wherever they were supposed to be. It's really funny when I get back and I just see Squid Sharks everywhere before I see anything else. I'm gonna be honest, I used to think Squid Sharks were like fulfilling a relatively unique purpose in the game that wasn't shared in the original Subnautica, and I don't anymore. I think they're bone sharks. They're just way more threatening looking bone sharks that attack you at cutscenes. Because, like, honestly, they are not a scary enemy by any stretch of the imagination now that I've been dealing with them for so long. Which is basically how bone sharks went. They were scary initially, but I just dealt with them so constantly that I got used to it. And we are now in the kind of cave that we want to be in, the kind that has new fragments. Excuse me? Alright, we're good. Now what is this? Oh, it's the horsepower upgrade. Apparently it's not just to be in the vents that I find this. I'm gonna check around behind me a little bit. Oh wait, there's something scannable here. What? The lowest level of lily pad. Neat. Is that harvestable? Can I plant my own lilies? No. Here is more ultra capacity tank. So at this point, I'm, I think, one off of both horsepower and ultra capacity tank, which is very nice to see. There's another upgrade here that I don't recall. If I don't find it before I finish these, I'll be sure to check my notes. This is probably going down into that ravine, but I can't be sure. And either way, I'm taking my truck with me. And it looks like, actually, whatever I'm planning on doing, I'll have to come back for it, because I am dying of thirst. They're very loud. If I didn't know better, I would think they were threatening. Come on, dude. Do your worst. That's it? That's all you got?
Vital signs stabilizing.
At this point, I'm actually almost out of food, so I will need to wrap this up relatively soon. And for some reason, I thought I had to get out of my truck to detach the modules, but I do not. So, let's go back to that beacon I just dropped and continue exploring that area, which seemed like it was exactly what I wanted to see. Now it's time to finish exploring these caves and see if we can't wrap up these upgrades. Looks like we're going to make at least some progress, although this is a new one. I don't know what this one is. And it's rather hard to scan. Oh, it's the prawn suit grappling arm. Hot damn. Thank you. No, please get out of my way. I'm trying to ruin your nest. So, I was considering eating this fruit, but I realized I've already gorged myself, making it kind of a moot point. It looks like I might need to be around here scanning nest for a while at this point. Is this the second? Oh, I already have it. Nice. Thought I would need way more than one. Maybe I got the other one in the past and just forgot about it? Who's to say? Well, I mean, theoretically, I should be to say, but I don't recall. There are so many nests right here. Afterburner upgrade? Oh no. I'm gonna have to find so many sea monkey nests. This is getting outrageous. I mean, I'm glad that I'm making progress, but I kind of wish they weren't all in the same area's cave system, because this could take me a while. And I've got no idea where this is going. Oh, it's going to an alien artifact. It's quite possible I've already been here. I'd say probable, even.
This site is one
Oh.
of some significance. Its data will assist us on our quest.
Turns out I haven't been here. Nice. Unfortunately, the sea monkeys don't seem to live down here, so there's not actually too much use for this. I mean, Alan's quest probably matters at least a little bit, right? Alright, we're back on the prowl for Sea Monkey Nest now that we've gotten that out of our system. And I have no idea where I am relative to the surface. It's very disorienting. This is something new. I think this is high capacity oxygen, maybe? No, it's definitely not. It's something else. Okay, this is one of the things I found that I thought was useless, but I needed to finish. But the good news is we aren't backtracking yet, which means that this cave is still filled with new and interesting things. Like the finished ultra high capacity oxygen tank. Usually I would explore here on foot, but unfortunately my Sea Glide is almost out of power, so I'm not going to be doing that. Oh, that seemed like he had a big piece of copper or something he wanted to give me as a gift. Feel kind of bad for, you know, ignoring him. Alright, this is either afterburner or horsepower. Either way, I'm thrilled. Look, nothing's in my hands, dude. You can't do shit to me. Oh. He's holding something, but not really. This is a terrible present. Okay, I think I might be back in old caves at this point. But I'm not, like, very good at keeping track of where precisely I am. Horsepower upgrade. I'm gonna check my logs at this point. Apparently I finished that already and didn't realize it. Well, I'm so happy. I'm just a little bit confused at the fact that it was already done. Okay, so the only blueprints I have right now that aren't finished are Architect Tissue, Organs, and the Prawn Suit Torpedo Arm all the way up here. Which means I finished all the stuff in these caves. We're done here. Theoretically, I can keep looking, but I feel very confident that I'm not going to find any new upgrades. And I would like to go home, restock, and fix my truck. And also see what progress I can make on the base. It's been a while since I've been home. Before I go back to my base, though, there is one thing that I missed in the previous episode, which is this PDA. So. Oh, it's not even a voice log. I'm actually really sad. Of all the PDAs to come back and look for, this is one of the least interesting ones. It's literally just telling me about that the events of the first game happened. Which is, you know, a thing I'm well familiar with. Also, why was that in the mining facility of all places? You know what's going to be really upsetting? When I get back to the clubhouse and I realize that I never checked what I needed to make these upgrades and I don't have the materials. I'm really hoping that doesn't come to pass. It's nice to be home, though. To finally see my base and all my stupid gardens. So, let's start unloading the truck. So it looks like I finally got all the beds in the game, I'm guessing, because I just unlocked 3 new basic types of beds at some point. I will not be building the basic beds. I have much better beds than that lying around already. Okay, so right now I've realized that I actually didn't have any young flower anemones. I just had their seeds, so I've been planting them. But that's not actually going to cost me too much time, because actually I suppose I should gorge myself on peppers real quick as I'm back at base. May as well stop being thirsty, because that's a sentence that makes sense, isn't it? I'm going to need another room like this, because I need an alien habitat, or an alien containment rather, and I also need a water purification station. So first, I suppose, let's check and see if we can't put water purification just in here. There's plenty of spare room right here. It looks like if I just stop caring about this locker, which I can, since it's filled with eggs I'm about to have a home for, I can absolutely put it over here. Although I have to move the speaker. The speaker will be coming back, don't you worry. Oh. It has to go here. Can't go to the left. Well, first let's work on alien containment and figure that out next. To my enormous shock, it lets me build there. There's just a poster hanging in midair now. I'm thinking I'm going to have to remodel my base, because I'm going to try to maintain my symmetry and build in this direction instead. So this is going to be a much longer bout of base building than I was expecting it to be. Something I hadn't realized is that over the course of my building, this is a very wonderful area, isn't it? Over the course of my building, I had used up almost all of my quartz, and to build several alien containments, I'm going to need a lot of glass. Try to ignore all the screeching in the background. To my memory, there was just glass, or quartz rather, all over the ground in this area. A memory that's quickly being proven wrong. But hopefully that's just because I picked up the glass around here, and I'm not here for nothing. Like, I found a bit of quartz, but probably not enough to justify being here so far. Because we're at 4 or 5 out of the 30 that I need. And yes, I do actually need 30. It's 5 glass or 10 quartz per alien containment, and I'm making one 3 stories deep. So it's going to be a little while. It's just a terrible place, isn't it? This is not the peaceful quartz harvesting mission I had hoped it might be. But on the bright side, it's starting to look like I did come to the right area for quartz, and I'm not going crazy. Yeah, as far as getting lots of quartz goes, this actually seems like the best biome for it. This has been stupidly efficient now that I finally found an area that had the quartz. I'm going to be really upset after I get home and I use literally all of this and have no quartz left, though. Because right now I'm at, how far across are these? 6, 12, 20 pieces of quartz. My full inventory is only going to be about 4 more pieces than I need. Alright, I think this is pretty much a completely full inventory of just quartz, right? Yeah, I've got 1 space left, and it's getting filled with quartz. So as far as resource gathering trips goes, this is easily the silliest one I've ever been on, because I'm literally doing it just to make my aquarium a little bit bigger. I don't need a 3-story alien containment, I just want one.
An aquarium just for looks, or your own personal sushi factory.
My own personal sushi factory? That's positively inhumane. Why would I ever kill these animals? I went through so much trouble to collect them all. Okay, I now have a 3-story tall aquarium. And is the entrance only at the top? Because I don't see any hatch into it. Oh, I have to actually make the hatch, don't I? Yes. So I see no reason not to put the entrance right here unless it physically stops me from getting into the room. Well, let's give all those eggs a new home. We've waited long enough. Oh, yes, right. This isn't actually a way into the base, is it? Wait, sleep in the bed to get through. Perfect. Totally functional corridor. I don't need to change anything. Pains me to say it, but some remodeling might be due. Oh, yes, that's right. I might have caught way too many eye jellies. So let's go throw those guys in. I suppose this will be our first wave of creatures, and I'll release them into the wild at a later point. Okay, so we dropped all of our eggs in here at once. We got a variety of creature eggs, including what I suspect are 2 Squid Sharks, and I'm sure they're all going to get along just fine. And also, more eye jellies than God. The eye jellies I intend to release around my base because they're beautiful. The rest of them are going to live here for the foreseeable future. Unless they start eating each other, which, you know, good odds. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it really is just hope. Now this has to get changed. So I'll be back with you once I figure out how it's getting changed. This is the only part of the room that's safe. I can't think of a single... Oh no. My new jukebox has 100% volume. It's deafening. I can't think of a single good reason the vending machine would be in this tab and the coffee machine would be in this tab. That's so weird. We're in the process of the remodel now, and I feel like this is an appropriate place to put the picture of Sam, who was apparently in a relationship with one of the scientists. It would be positively inhumane if my fish couldn't also hear these sick beats. I don't think my framed art's supposed to look like that. Is it on backwards? Yeah, that seems a lot closer to what it's supposed to look like. Oh, these guys are wiggling and jiggling now. They're excited. I think I might have just trapped a sea monkey inside of my base. I can't see him anymore, so I also might have... Nope, he's right here. He's just in the base. I'm interested in seeing how that plays out, but I've actually run out of titanium. Despite starting this base building section with a whole stack of titanium, like an entire locker filled with this shit.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay, so is there a sea monkey in my base now, or is he just gone? He's just gone. I was hoping I trapped him in here. So, not that I need this, but I will be making a nuclear reactor. Speaking of things that I don't need, but I will be making, I'll be making a water filtration system. And I can't think of a single better place in my base than directly beside the nuclear reactor to put this. Need aerogel, so I need to go get a gel sack to finish that. Oh my god! They're all hatching! Look at them! There's so many baby jellyfish now! Hopefully the squid sharks don't eat them all. Look at the little guys go. Now I'm going to be putting a locker down here since I don't think I have the nuclear disposal device right now. Possibly just not a thing in this game. I'm not saying any sort of nuclear waste disposal, but I wonder if I can just put them in the recyclotron and get something out of them. So I'm not going to build a locker down here just yet. However, I will be putting in all of the rods that I happen to find in that ship, which is just enough to fully power this bad boy up. Oh, right. Yeah, that's no good. What if I'm working on my nuclear reactor and I'm not hearing sick jams? Completely unacceptable. I have used so much copper on this idiocy. Oh my god, they're all hatching. Look at him. Oh. Squid Sharks taking longer, no surprise there. Same with Rock Puncher and whoever this is. I still don't have any idea what egg this is. Not the slightest fucking clue. Looking a little bit crowded in there. I should probably release those jellyfish sooner rather than later. Oh shit, one of them was that guy. The hypnotic acid trip fish. So, if I put these in the recyclotron, what do they do? Oh, I can't. Can I put them in the garbage can? No. Okay. So I will be making a nuclear disposal locker. Where I'm just, you know, putting them in a box and pretending that's like proper disposal. Because I probably just missed the nuclear disposal thing in that ship. I am so low on titanium that I can't finish a locker. The pain never ends. Alright, I've got enough to make several of these benzenes and whatever polyaniline is, and most importantly, a couple aerogels. Once I've built all these, I'll throw them in the organics locker and start figuring out what else I can do with my life. This does sort of crack me up. I have so much silver that if I get more, I'm going to throw it away. I have more copper than I've ever had before, and I'm down to 7 pieces of titanium. I've decided this is not, by the way, where I want my water filtration device to be, because it's very far away from anything I'm going to be doing most of the game. I decided to move my vehicle upgrade console and extend my base just a little bit in this direction. And I have exactly enough titanium to do it. Hopefully none of these upgrades cost titanium.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah, I had to go out and get more titanium. I was wrong. And I would have been wrong even if I was right, because I didn't realize this being a new room is going to need a new speaker. And I would like to have a locker to put my water in. That's stupid. I'll just carry it over here to the kitchen, it's fine. But I do believe I'm done remodeling the base at this point. So our new home, largely the same as our old home, only the control monitor is there. I always call that the control monitor, not the vehicle upgrade station. We have a specific water filtration room over here now. And the big change is that this room had to be completely remodeled into the dedicated bed and posters room, because I just have too many beds now. And I also built an aquarium. Quite nice aquarium. So one of the eggs I have is the pinnacarid. Neat. There are so many fucking jellyfish in here. Brute Shark, Cryptosuchus, and Rock Puncher. So that green egg was either Brute Shark or Cryptosuchus. Probably Brute Shark, based on where... Not Brute Shark, Cryptosuchus, based on where I've been finding it. Oh my god, look at this tiny little Brute Shark. Where is he? Okay, I'm gonna grab all of these eye jellies. They're huge, aren't they? The relocation of these eye jellies is going to take me a while. They can stay here for now. The tiny Brute Shark is adorable wherever he is. Nope, that's the Pinnacarid. And all that's left are these 2 Squid Sharks. So, let's get out of here. Between videos, I am going to make sure I have the materials to make all of my actual important upgrades for my equipment, and I'm going to take all these eye jellies outside. But for now, I've been rather incoherent. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it's mostly a base building episode. Well, from my end it is. From my end, I spent an hour and a half recording this, and the past hour and 10 minutes were mostly base building. But from your end, like, maybe it was actually mostly an exploration video. Who knows what this looks like once it's been edited down. Anyway, I've been rather incoherent. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. All of that stuff really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you around.